to today's United Kingdom Talk.
From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire, this is Chris Reardon.
Yes, hello my little baby faces. Welcome to another hour of chat. Now, and I've been thinking, how rude today of me. How rude not to have read out all the lovely birthday cards, messages, Facebook messages. I'll be honest, I haven't had this many cards for years. And I can't believe it. Cards, not just cards, but there's so many different ways now, isn't there, of sending birthday and Christmas greetings, not by cards. And look at all these. So many cards. And I'm going to read them out to you today. We'll do it all in with the emails, because there's quite a few emails to get through as well. Although I've been working away. You know my life is just one non-stop piece of work. Look, I've got all this to talk about. I had all that to talk about, but I'm not... Oh, I've dropped one now. And it's one of the most important. Oh, no, I'm not... No. I'm not going to tell you which is the most important card to me, because then you all start getting jealous, don't you? If I know what it's like, dear. If you say one name, then you want another one, and everyone wants to mention, and you miss people out. So we can't do that. Anthony has probably just noticed that I went like that. All I'm doing is scratching my nose. As I said to my sister, this is not a news programme. You know, we don't need to sit up nice and straight and now here's the news. Yes. Planes were seen circling around Chris Reardon's house tonight, looking for him. He was hiding somewhere. Where was he hiding? Well, of course, I was in the Mirrorball studios. You only had to ring up and find out, dear. It's not hard. So I thought, rather than do my list of things to talk about is on the left. More important to do, I'm going to read out the cards and the emails and Facebook messages, MySpace messages. It's just everything, isn't there? It's clever, really, isn't it? I wonder if you sent any Christmas cards around Christmas, but they weren't actually cards. They were those, what do you call it, on the internet cards. What are they called? What are they called? E-cards. Did anyone send an E-card instead of another card? I mean, I can't get comfortable here today. I ought to have, for YouTube viewers, those of you watching this on YouTube, I ought to have some sort of... I was talking to someone about this the other day. Some sort of backdrop and set. Maybe when we move into the other room eventually, this is going to take months, you know that, didn't you? You know I can string something out for months and months. I mean, look at it this way. My birthday was 7 days ago. 7 days ago. And here I am, still talking about it. You know I can string anything out for years, dear. Years. Anyway, when we eventually move into the other room, which I'm looking forward to I think by the next show, my niece and... Would I be here? Oh, no, another week's time. My niece and his girlfriend... my nephew, my 22-year-old nephew and his girlfriend are coming to stay, and he's decorating first the spare room, then my bedroom, and then it... I hope he's not watching this. If he's any good, I might ask him to do the rest of the house. The trouble is, of course... Oh, I've just thought I've dropped myself in it now. Because, of course, if he's watching this and I don't ask him to do the rest of the house, he'll know what I think, won't he? Oh, I don't believe in that. All these people that go around telling you what they think all the time, I don't go along with it. Sometimes you blooming well hurt people's feelings just for too much of the mouth. You know, it's too much. You don't need to do that, you know. If someone young, not just a member of your family, if someone young does something for you and they get something wrong, don't start slagging them off and shouting and all that. It's very unpleasant. I sometimes wonder that people don't realise the amount of effort some people put into something. And just because you don't like it, no need to open your mouth. Keep it shut. All right? Because they have put a lot of effort into that. I've got to admit, I was the same. I remember Mum, on many occasions, making me dinner and an apple sponge thing she used to make. I don't know what it was called. Anyway, so I'd have the dinner, and then she'd do this apple thing, which I wasn't... I mean, I'd love it now. Wasn't too keen on it then. I'd say, I don't want any of that. And she'd say, I made it special for you. I said, no, I don't want any, Mum. Why is it now that I realise how hurtful that was and not then? Is that an age thing? because, of course, I am now 45 years old. Yes, 45. Lucky to get here, dear. Some people don't get here. Oh, very lucky. I think, you know, every year is lucky. You know that, don't you? Yes. And talking of how old people are, do you remember we had an email from someone who was 65, I think it was. Well, I'm afraid you've been beaten by Joy. Joy, of course, an actor. Well, I didn't forget about you, Joy. You know I didn't forget about you. But I think Joy might be our oldest listener. Now, I did write... Here we are. Joy, I have a feeling, is definitely our oldest listener. She was born on December the 23rd. Go on, when do you think it was? 47? 57? Joy was born on December... Sorry, I lie. Joy was born on December the 3rd, not the 23rd. Joy was born on December the 3rd, 1927. Eh? It's not bad, is it? I've got an 80-year-old listener. How fantastic is that? So that's great. We think Joy must be our oldest listener. Oh, Joy is also now, hopefully, by the time this programme's been said, Joy doesn't have internet, unfortunately, and the only way you can watch this show is through YouTube, as you know. You can find the direct link to that. It says watching video at the main United Kingdom Talk website, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. If you've got internet, go there, and it will say watch this show in video. Click on that link. It's actually a big picture of me with a play button in the middle. Click on the play button and you'll be able to watch it. Of course, not live, you know, but... incidentally, talking of live, someone has mentioned to me another site called Ustream, and you can actually do videos like this live. So it's something I'm thinking about. Not at the moment. I've got far too much on my plate at the moment rather than worrying about that. But if you do want to watch the show, as I say, go to the main United Kingdom Talk website and just look for the little bit that says watch this show in video. It's got all the dates and everything. And they go right back to 2005, although we've only been doing a video of this a few weeks, OK? And is Joy our oldest listener and viewer? Hopefully, as I say, Joy will now have had this show through her little box on a DVD, because she hasn't got a computer, but she's not that backward, you know. Oh, no, she's got a DVD player. Same as me, dear. I have two DVD players, one in the bedroom and one in the living room. I don't know why I've got one in the bedroom, really. I never watch television in bed. Oh, I can't be doing that. My sister does that. Well, you know that, don't you? I mean, I haven't got to tell you. She sits in the bed. I think she goes to bed quite early with the husband, and they're both there in bed. You know, another bargain bucket chicken, another portion of chips, couple of cans of lager, and they're sitting there all night long watching the telly. Oh, it's dreadful how some people live. And then the dogs all come into the bed and they jump on it and they sleep. They all sleep in the same bed. 3 dogs, 3 cats, my sister, her husband, and sometimes my little nephew as well. All in the bed. I mean, how cosy is that? And there's me, 2 teddy bears. 2 teddy bears in the bed on my own, and maybe a hot water bottle, and on very cold nights, 2 hot water bottles. It's not fair, is it, eh? It's just not fair. Anyway, as I was saying, I have put a couple of the shows on DVD for Joy, and hopefully by now she will have watched them. So, actually, I'll put this one on DVD as well for you, Joy, and I'll pop that in the post. And I hope you give it a sort of little more insight into my sad, lonely, pathetic life. All right, my darling. Now, the email address, if you ever want to join in, please feel free to do so. It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. And it's Chris, once again, with a blocked up nose. So I'm going to have to get my Vicks. Now, where have I put it? It must be in my bedroom. Can you hang on a second, and then we'll go on to the cards, starting off with Joy's one, I think, today. 1 second. I'm glad I've left it in the other room. Have I got a tissue? Sorry. I think maybe I ought to put this stuff up my nose before I start the programme, because quite often this happens after 10 minutes now. I wonder if a good blow might help. No, it's still there. Just a second, I'll just go and get my Vicks. Apparently, you know... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, look at that. There's a little battery just dropped out of my pocket. I keep meaning to order one of these. It's one of those little flat ones. I don't know where you get these from. I'm going to have a look on the eBay later. Oh, we get it all off eBay, dear. Save a fortune. Right, I'll be back in a minute. 1 minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Would you like a little tune while I'm gone? Hang on. Let's play you a little jingle while I just go and get my stuff, all right? We need a long one. Have we got a long one? Here we go, here we go.
From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire. This is Chris Reardon.
It's all right, I'm back. Oh, sorry about that. Right, let me move that back out of the way. Yes, I've got this. I've actually only just discovered this Vicks stuff. I went down to the chemist the other day, and they've got all these different types now. My dad used to use one. It was like straight away that's cleared. My block's nose has cleared already. Isn't that marvellous? My dad used to have one. It was like I don't know what you call it now. It's like almost like a solid test tube, like a small... And he used to shove it up his nose, and he'd go like that, and immediately his nose would become clear. I always... It's funny, really. When I was that age, you know, I was a youngster, and he used to stick this thing up. I thought, how disgusting are you? And now I find myself doing it. I've only just discovered this. This one is a micro mist thing. Other people make this as well. Is it Sinutab or so? There's loads of different makes. I've got this one, as you can see, and this one is like you push it down. Like I don't know if you can you hear this or not? Look. Right, you push it down. Did you hear that? Let me just listen. Okay, you push it down and it sprays a fine mist up your nostril, and within seconds, really, within 20 seconds, it starts clearing. Marvellous. Anyway, I didn't think too much of this, didn't think too much about it, and I thought, well, I'll get a couple. I'll get one for the house, and I'll get one for the car, because quite often, you know, sometimes you're driving along in a car, and you get a stuffed up nose and what have you. Excuse me. See, the trouble is, it's all empty and that back down the other way now, isn't it? So for the next 10 minutes, I should be blowing my nose. But that's much better than sounding like that, isn't it? It doesn't sound like that when you got a stuffed up nose. So I'm in the dentist, not the dentist. I'm in a chemist, and I said, "I'll have these two, please." She says, "Oh," she says, "Are they both for you?" I said, "Well, yeah." She said, "Oh, only you're not supposed to use them too much because they actually damage the inside of your nostrils." Did anyone know that? Well, I mean, it's hardly... I mean, you know, you hear of people damaging their nostrils through drugs and all that, don't you? Cocaine and all this stuff. But this is hardly drugs, is it? I don't see how this... Well, she said it's okay in moderation. I suppose it's the same as everything, isn't it? You know, if you lived on endless bags of crisps, that would do damage, wouldn't it? So I suppose she means in moderation. But, I mean, can you use it, say, once a day? I don't know. It doesn't... Does it say on here? Let me have a look. I can't read the writing. Got directions. What's it say? Adults and children, 1 to 2 sprays per nostril every 6 to 8 hours, unless otherwise. Let me see. Advised by doctor. No, it doesn't say you can overuse it. But the lady in the chemist said it damages the inside of your nostrils. I don't know if that's true or not. Does anyone know anything about that? So, because I got 2 bottles, as I say, similar ones. I can sneeze now. Oh dear. Oh my word. I'm sorry. This is life in the raw, isn't it? You know that. We don't clean this show up at all. Certainly not for the video. I could sit there for hours taking out the bits where I'm sneezing and blowing my nose and everything else. Oh, I feel dreadful now. Or maybe it's not so good for you after all. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh dear. That'll get better in a minute. Once we've started, we can't stop, can we? So, anyone else use that stuff? It is funny. Our dad used to stick it. I used to think that's disgusting, and now I've started using the stuff myself. But it's very good indeed. All those different brands of that. Okay, let's do these birthday cards and lovely emails that you took the time and trouble to send, and I was rude enough. Well, I didn't ignore them. I just kept. They were always on the side. What tends to happen is that I do a lot before the show. I mean, we're not talking hours and hours of work, but I've got lots and lots ready before I start the show off. Excuse me a minute. I'm not sure that was such a good idea because it's pouring out my nose now. Oh, you can't win, can you? Go. There we are. And what happens is I have a lot of things next to me on the desk here waiting to be used. Well, because I'm not kind of very good at staying on the same subject. My friend Anthony, I upset him once. He said, "You keep wandering." Well, I'm afraid that's me. You know, I realise it is probably annoying to some people sometimes, but I do wander. You've only got to watch this show to realise, or listen to this show and realise, I do wander from one thing to the other, and I forget what I was talking about in the first place. I think it could be said I've got a very limited, I was going to say lifespan then, I hope not. I've got a very limited span of attention. Very limited attention span. And I'm the same at work, you know. This is what I say. Now, I've told you before, there are places that I do get really bored while I'm DJing, and people say, how can you get bored doing such a job like that? And I'm eternal grateful for the Lord above to giving me the talent to have such a job. Who else can just go and stand there and play records for 4 or 5 hours on 2 or 3 nights a week, as well as all the other things I do? Who else can do that? Some people, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, they're stacking shelves for 8 hours a day. Some people love it. But other people would dearly give an arm and a leg to be doing what I do, and yet I get bored. And I was saying to Anthony, I did annoy him the other day because I wandered off. You know, he was talking away, and actually Anthony, he does string things out as well. Oh, it goes on and on sometimes, dear. But the trouble is, I wander. My mind starts wandering, and then when he asks something, I think, oh, I wonder what he was talking about. But he's not the only one, excuse me, he's not the only one. There's loads of people. They string them out ages and ages, don't they? Oh, I can't bear people that just talk on and on about nothing. Sorry? What do you mean I do? How rude, dear. Me? You know I can string things out, don't you? We're stringing out this birthday for at least another 3 months. Here we go with the cards then. Shall we get on to it? What's the time now? What's the time? We've already been doing 20 minutes, you see, and we still haven't got round to the cards. Right, first card. Lovely card. Looks homemade, actually. Now, what is it? It says, this card is made up by voluntary workers and is sold in aid of the Friends of Hammersmith Hospital, which Joy actually does. See the picture? Lovely picture on the front of a bunch of lavender, with like a bit of mauve string attached to it. Ever so pretty. And this card, you see, Joy actually works at Hammersmith Hospital, unpaid. She is a volunteer on the Women's Royal Voluntary Society, I think it is. And what these people are, of which Joy is one, is very kind, helpful people. My mum was one as well. And they go around hospitals and they do things like selling... Well, Joy, they sell things that they've made themselves, homemade jams, homemade marmalade, little knitted things, stuff like that. And they sell things in the hospital to make money so that the hospital can afford to buy things. Which is great, isn't it? What a shame there aren't more people like Joy around. She says, cheers, Chris. She writes poems as well. And she's used the first letter of my name for each line here. Cheers, Chris. Have a lovely day. Really spoil yourself. It only come once a year, so enjoy. Isn't that nice? Lovely. And she says, a bunch of lucky heather. Oh, I hope it is lucky, Joy. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Christopher. Happy birthday to you. Thank you for your friendship, fondest love, Joy. Isn't that lovely? Joy, I first met when I was doing a radio show on a station in London called Liberty Radio, which is no longer there. And Joy used to ring up every morning. Can you hear me all right? I'm a little bit far away from the microphone today, aren't I? Should I put it over? There we are. Is that better? You probably hear me all right anyway. Joy used to ring in every morning at 5:45, and it was always bang on 5:45. How did you do that, Joy? Did you used to look at the clock or what? Because it was always almost to the second, 5:45 every morning you used to ring me, didn't you? Because it was an overnight programme, and we always had a chat there. And when they got rid of all the night staff and we were replaced by a computer, which is... You know, I mean, which is ever so friendly, isn't it, really? Oh, yeah, lots of people want to listen to a computer at night. Yeah, there might not be many of us. But, now we're getting into that whole radio thing again. I don't want to go down that line today. But you know what I think about that. Radio was invented, as far as I'm concerned, to give people a friend to listen to. Unfortunately, it was taken over by money men who are only interested in making as much money as possible. It is a radio. I don't think a lot of radio is no longer a form of entertainment, more of a business. Okay? That's how I feel. Radio is no longer a form of entertainment. It is now a business. And some of it's big business. And we're very lucky. I feel very lucky to have things like the internet, so that I am able to possibly be a friend of yours without having to worry too much about what I say. Also, with the small community stations and a couple of the satellite stations, I'm able to bring you this programme. And, of course, YouTube, right? Because rather than want to sell you something, I want to try and be your friend. And I just think that's nice. And there's lots of us doing it there. Don't forget there's that old chap who does it, Geriatric 1927. That's his name. If you just type into Google on the internet, Geriatric 1927, you'll come across him. He's good as well. Elderly chap sits in a chair talking to you. And I just think that's really nice. With commercial radio, no, they just want to make money. That's the way it is, I'm afraid. Nothing I can do about it. Thank you to Richard for this card. And it says, the word minger was invented in 1969. And he sends a picture of this girl with glasses on, who actually I don't think she looks like a minger at all. I think all this, if you don't know what minger means, it means someone who's not very good looking or particularly ugly. And on the front of this card there's a girl there with curly hair and glasses and a little flower in her hair. I don't think she's ugly at all. And it says in here, and we know plenty of mingers. Is this suggesting I'm one? I probably am, actually. Happy birthday from Richard in London. You remember Richard in Birmingham? If you've been listening for a while, you'll remember Richard in Birmingham. Well, he is now Richard in London. He moved back down. Oh, it must be nearly a year ago now. He moved back down to London. I've got a lovely card here from my sister with a badge. World's Best Brother, which I have to be honest, I did not wear. I'm sorry, Sharon, I didn't wear. And is it pictured two cats on the front? Yes, they're my cats, Katie and Tiny. To my wonderful brother, I think you've got a very attractive sister. You are having a laugh, Sharon. Sharon is my sister's name. Is that what she's saying? I think you've got an attractive sister. Well, I don't know if we go... I don't know if we'll go as far as that, Sharon, dear. What? Have a great birthday, and it's signed from Sharon Martin, Tracy, Gary and Jimmy. Present is on its way with Gary. I wonder what that is. Oh, I've got a surprise present. I don't even know what it is. I'm kind of hoping there's a new Nintendo thing that you can... It's not really like a game. It teaches you things. What's that called? I'm not even sure if it's a Nintendo. Is it Nintendo? Teach yourself this, that and the other. Oh, I can't remember what that's called now. 1 minute. Let me just give her a quick ring. I'll give her a quick ring and see. I won't put her on. Oh, hang on a minute. I've rung a wrong number here. Let's give her a quick ring and see what it's called. I won't put her on. Hello, sis. What's this? A wonderful... It says here, have a great birthday. I think you've got a very attractive sister. Well, I've only got you as a sister. Well, where's the attractive one, then? I wanted to know, what is that... You know that learning game thing you've got? What is that called? Brain training, yeah. Who makes that? Is that a Nintendo thing? Oh, it is it? Okay, thank you, sis. Yeah, I'm just in the middle of my little programme at the moment. So you're not on, don't worry. Would you like to be on? Oh, Shell, are you sure? Oh, they want to hear your little voice. Well, wait till you come down here. I'm going to video you and everything, dear. See you later. Mwah, kisses. Give me kisses. Kisses. Bye, sis. Bye. Oh. Here goes the phone now as well. Oh, this is quite an important call. Just a second. Hello? Yeah, speaking, sir. Hello, Keith, yes? Yep. Okay. Yes, Friday's fine with me. Yep. I appreciate you making the inquiry, yeah. Lovely. Lovely. Thanks very much, mate. Bye-bye now. Bye. Very important call, that. You know this business up north? Yes, with a house buying. Yes, that's all finishing, so that's to do with that. Sorry about that. Very rude of me to take a call while I'm chatting away to you, isn't it? I bet you wish you could hear the other end, didn't you? No, you can make it up in your mind. You have to guess what he was saying. Can I give you the email address again, by the way? It's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, I've got another card here. Now, how fabulous is this? Now, it's okay, there's no nakedness on the card, but he is nearly naked. And it says, to Chris, wishing you a very happy birthday from Nikki French, who sung for the UK at the Eurovision Song Contest. She's sending me, meek little me, a birthday card. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? You see, from Nikki French, the next step up would probably be Madonna. And then up from that, Shirley Bassey. I'm sorry. I apologise to the Americans, but I do rate Shirley Bassey way, way above Madonna. Madonna's okay. Don't get me wrong. Right? In the grand scheme of things, which is another one of Anthony's sayings, he likes that one. In the grand scheme of things, you've got... Oh, no, I don't mean this to sound bad. No, I'm not going to do it now, because I was going to say names then of different pop stars and things like that and put them in order of importance, you know, as we go up. So I'm not going to do that again. I'm absolutely not going to do that again, in case they know I'm listening. But, yeah, absolutely. At the top of the tree, you've got your Shirley Bassey. Maybe above her... Ooh, Frank Sinatra? That's about all, though. I can't think of anyone else. Frank Sinatra, Shirley Bassey, you got Barry Manilow and Madonna there, roughly there. And right at the very bottom, in the gutter, are the Spice Girls. I'm sorry, they are. The Spice Girls are right at the very bottom of that ladder, and no matter how hard they try, they cannot climb up it, dear. Because that's it. That's naughty, isn't it? So thank you very much to Nikki French, who sung for the UK at the Eurovision, and now she's sending me birthday cards. I can't get over that one. Do you think that would be worth anything on eBay? I mean, she wouldn't mind, would she? Card sent to Chris Reardon, host of United Kingdom Talk, from Nikki French, singer at the 2000 I think it was the 2000 Eurovision Song Contest. What do you reckon? Could that be worth anything on eBay? Oh, I never thought of that. What a good idea. I might try and sell that then. Don't tell her. Oh, for God's sake, don't tell her, whatever you do. James Dean will tell her. You know James Dean. James Dean, he does a podcast as well called The Matinee Show. Matineeshow.co.uk is the website of that, and he does this show a couple of times a week, also on Tameside. And he does listen to this show as well. I don't know why. I mean, it's not, you know, I can't understand why, but he also is quite a good friend of Nicky French. He would dearly, the thing is with James Dean, he would dearly love to be closer to Nicky French than I am, but it's never going to happen, dear. It's never going to happen, dear, because Nicky started when we started in a little place together, and that's it. And those bonds cannot be broken. I bet James Dean, I bet when he's on the phone to Nicky French, I bet he slags me off left, right and centre. Shocking. Telling her stories that just aren't true. That's what he's... Oh, he'd do anything to... He'll do anything to get one over on you. It's shocking how some people are. It really is. Not only that... Oh, yes, he's been trying to steal my listeners. Absolutely. He's been trying to steal my listeners for a long time now. I mean, sometimes he thinks... You know, I sometimes wonder to myself, has he succeeded? When you start hearing certain people, you know, on his programme, emailing, on the phone. But then, I know, you see, I know, it will never happen. Because my friends and listeners are the most loyal in the world, and you may be able to borrow them for a while, my dear, but they're not really with you. They're with me. All right? Thank you. Right, now, look at this, all the way from Australia. I mean, he's timed this well. This is from my Uncle Terry and Auntie Marion, and it arrived on my birthday from Australia. They've timed. I wonder how they managed that. You see, because my Uncle Terry is a bit of a perfectionist, and my guess is he would have gone into a post office in Australia and asked what is the exact time it takes to get a card to the UK. Yeah, so thank you for that one. I had a lot of little Facebook messages as well, lovely Facebook messages. First from Ricky. Hello, Ricky. Says, happy birthday, Chris. I kept all these, so I'd read them out eventually. One from Jessica. Happy birthday. One from Sarah. Hello, Sarah. Happy birthday, squash tomatoes and stew. Thank you, Sarah. Demetrius. Thank you, Demetrius. Phil, who sings at the karaoke. Thank you, Phil. Bambi. That's a good name, isn't it? Bambi. Congratulations, it's time for lots of fun, so roll your cards up nice, tight, and stick them... Well, I can't really read the rest of that. Thank you very much for that one, Bambi. Where are we going now? Just a minute. I can't possibly lose any of these. It's very important for me to read them all out. Dina. Thank you, Dina. Says, happy birthday, have a good one. Steve from Australia as well. Hello, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Christopher, who I worked with at Heaven Nightclub in London. That was last year, that one. Thank you. No, the message wasn't last year. I was working with him. Oh, actually, no, it's over a year ago now. My God, how time flies. It's over a year ago, so thanks, Chris. Anthony. Oh, it's another Anthony, so it's another Anthony. Don't worry, it's not the same one. Brian from hitmusic.co.uk. Thank you very much. He says, happy birthday, Chris. Thanks for your shows. Yeah, I do a music show on his little station. Thank you, Brian. And John, happy birthday, you old tart. Beg pardon? How rude. Happy birthday, you old... That's from one of the managers. Oh, God, I mean, it's just no respect, is there? There's no respect at all. And Ed. Oh, Ed. Yep, thank you, Ed. And I think that's it. Is there any more? Oh, Jenny. Jenny, who's a singer. Jenny Castell. Have a look at her stuff on the Facebook. Jenny Castell, her name is. Really good singer she is, and she's worked in a couple of bars with me. Happy birthday, you nutcase. Nutcase? I'm not a nutcase, am I? Oh... Oh, it's the same bloke again. Do you mind a minute? Sorry, 1 second. Hello. Hello, mate. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. All right. Thanks a lot. Do you want the number of the vendor? Oh, you're not? Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Thanks so much. Yeah, cheerio. Bye-bye now. Bye. It's all good news. It's all good news. I'll tell you when it happens. Not now. It's all good news. And I think that's it. Let me see. Yep. That's... Oh, no, I've got to... Oh, Sheila. It's our friend Sheila. Hello, Sheila. She sent me an MSN American greetings card. Sheila, I haven't actually looked at this one. I'm going to have a quick look now. Oh, I hope I'm not overloading my computer here with doing things all the time like this. It's always a bit of a worry. This is why, you see, I've got that other spare computer down there. I'm going to move all the video stuff onto there. Oh, my e-card is loading. Oh! Twinkle, twinkle, little card, forget the ear, for goodness sake. Oh, hang on a minute, I've done that wrong. Let's start it again. Oh, just a minute. Can you stop? Oh, dear. No, hang on a minute. Oh, I can't read it out. If it can't, I've got to stop it. Hang on. That's it. Right, we've closed it. Let's start that again. I can read it to you as it goes on. Oh, that's quite camp, and it's got a little tune as well. Let's have a look at that coming up down there. Nothing happening now. American... What is this? MSN.AmericanGreetings.com. It must be those e-cards, isn't it? This is from Sheila. Unfortunately, it's not working now. Oh, well. Well, I'll... Shall I come back to that or what? Because you must do these emails. Shall I try again? Let me close that. And I'll start it again. Sorry, everyone. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Let's get this going. It's not going to work again. Maybe you can only look at it once, can you? These e-cards? I'm not quite sure. Oh, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Your e-card is loading. Twinkle, twinkle, birthday cake. Forget the years for goodness sake. And think of all the people who have brighter lives because of you. I know I sure do. Happy birthday. That's touched with theirs. Oh, Sheila, you got me now, dear. What a lovely thing to say. Oh, she's got me with that one. I wasn't expecting that. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you ever so much, Sheila. What a lovely thing to say. It says, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a fun one. May you enjoy this year to the fullest. Thank you, Sheila. Oh, that's lovely, that is. I did actually have another couple of those e-cards. I get a bit nervous opening e-cards because there has been a couple of viruses disguised as e-cards. Let's see, I've got another one there. Oh, no, I'm not opening that one from him because that would be dodgy. No, I'll open them later. I'll open the other e-cards later if you don't mind because I do get worried for those. Although I have seen them already, of course, on my birthday. Right, let's just have a little ident for you. 1 second, here we go.
From the Mirrorball studio in Royal Berkshire. This is Chris Reardon. Chris Reardon.
And the email address to the show, once again, it's chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Hello to Suko. Hello, Suko in New York. She says, Dear Chris, I've got my fighting face on. Have you got more than one then, Suko? I don't believe you've got two faces, my darling. Absolutely not. No. Suko's only got the one face, dear. And let's face it, we know enough people with two faces, don't we, dear? Yes. Take James Dean, for example. Very two-faced. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him, dear. Not as far as I could throw him. She says, who said you've got a face for radio? You look just fine on YouTube. Yeah, do you remember that? Was that Anonymous? Was it him? Got a face for radio, he says. What a liberty, dear. It's a cheek, that's what it is. A cheek, damn cheek. She said, just a few pointers. Face the camera full frontal because your nose does not look large from the front. Pardon? Are you suggesting my nose looks large from the side, then? Just how large does it look? Just a minute. It's not that big, is it? Have I got a big nose? Oh, dear. Concorde was designed on this nose, you know. And she said, Be sure not to bend your head down, as James Dean said. Why is that then? Is it my bald spot? Oh, I know. There's nothing you can do. I did see in a newspaper called The Stage, which is like a thing for entertainment industry. I did see in there a can of Mane advertised, M-A-N-E, which is supposed to make your hair look thicker. Whether it works or not, I don't know. I haven't ordered a can yet. One of my friends has had a hair transplant. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Thing is, if it looks funny, do I tell him or not? No, best not to, is it? Just keep shut. Yeah, that's what I do. I won't say it looks strange. No. You see, we're going back to that thing right at the beginning of the programme, aren't we? You don't need to tell people things sometimes. Just keep shut. Why upset someone? Why have... You see, this is the whole opinion thing, isn't it? Everyone's taught now to have an opinion. But sometimes it's just not required, I think. No need to say anything. Keep shut. Especially if... why say something to upset someone else? And quite often, I've had that done to me before, and it's the only time I'll go on the attack if someone said something to me first. And quite often I'll come out with something much better than that, and they say, why did you say that? I said, well, why did you say that? Yeah, but that's not as bad. I said, what, you're writing the rules as you go along, dear? No, we're not having any of that, thank you very much. No, people shouldn't be hurt, not for any reason. In other words, Suko says, try not to show your bald spot or your profile. Come straight out with it, dear. That's it, come out with it. Don't worry, dear. Come straight out with it. There we are. Thank you, Suko. Having her own opinion there. She says, I know it will be hard to remember to do all this. Well, you've only said two things. Face the camera full frontal because your nose... Yeah, but what happens, Suko, if I need to turn my head and look at the computer screen? How am I going to do it? Like this. Sort of like this. Or I could put my hand in front of my nose and then look at the computer screen and then look back again. It's impossible. The computer screen is on the side there. Unless I move... Well, of course, when I move back into the other... Well, I move into the other room eventually, I am going to rearrange the furniture so that the camera will be right in front of me, rather than at the moment it's to the side, so I have to turn. And then the computer screen will be kind of just to the left of the camera, hopefully. So that should all be an improvement, I hope. I mean, I'm certainly not professional or expert at any of this. I'm completely new to all this video stuff. Maybe you should invest in a neck brace which would not allow you to bend your head down or to one side. Not being able to bend my head down? Oh, I don't think that's a good idea, Suko. Oh, no, I don't... What would you do? I mean, if you wanted to bend down and... I don't know, for example... Well, I mean, you could drop something, couldn't you? What if I dropped a £1 coin? And I wouldn't be able to bend down and pick it up? Oh, that would kill me, Suko, that would. That would do me in if I lost a £1 coin, you know that. Just wanted to know that from a woman's point of view, you are very attractive. No, I'm not, Suko. I was attractive 11 years ago. Yeah, I was attractive 11 years ago. It's done, it's gone, moved on, nothing we can do about it, end of story. I mean, you know Ricky, that one I'm kind of seeing at the moment, I'm not quite sure about that. He's always going on about my age, not my weight, my age. Oh, the phone. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. Hello? Yeah, speaking. Yes? Right, I'm just in the middle of something at the moment. Do you want to call me back in about 20 minutes? 20 minutes. OK. Right, bye now. Oh, it's unbelievable today. How many phone calls have we had today? God almighty. I mean, I really should turn everything off. I don't know. Should I? Oh, you don't mind, do you? We've got to get on with our lives, dear. I mean, even at this time of night, they're still ringing, dear. But everyone knows this is my time, you see. They don't dare call me at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Absolutely not. Or they get a piece of my tongue, love. I'd cut it off and send it in the post. Or I saw a vile video, actually, I can't remember where I saw it now, and it was someone who had their tongue cut off. Ooh. Have you ever cut your tongue on a piece of paper? Oh, that really hurts, doesn't it? Oh, does that send shivers up your back? I've got shivers up my back telling you about that. Let's get on with this email. She said, but you're not into women. Never mind. Well, I mean, that's what I did try it, Suko. Not for me, dear. I did try. I had several girlfriends. Oh, don't look so surprised, dears. I did. When I was in my younger years, from the age of 16, my first girlfriend her name was Fiona. Lovely girl, Fiona. Then the next one I married. That didn't last very long. Then I had three other girlfriends. 4. So many. And then I turned the other way. It was all too much. We got to try everything once, Suko. She said, with utmost admiration and affection, for lots of love from Suko. P.S. Please tell Julian I'm on the case, although I don't understand how New York figures into the mix as to whether an Argentinian can get a visa for the UK. Well, it's all very complex, Suko. You know that, dear. Thanks for the email, my darling. Always a pleasure to hear from you. Let's see. Anonymous says, hello, Chris. I think the Dalek is attempting to take control of the forums. Yes. Are you a member of the forum? Do join. That's everyone talking to each other. You can find a direct link to the forums on the main United Kingdom Talk website. OK, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Carl may well have fallen victim already. Is he being exterminated? Oh. Suggest you investigate show discussion. Here is a bit of inside information you may find helpful in the future. James Dean and Madam Aries have a chink in their armour. Should you really need to get James's attention, threaten to run outside wearing only a thong and jump into a snowdrift. Hey, it worked for me. Oh, my God. Bye for now. That's from Wayne Anonymous. Well, I mean, you say that, Wayne. I heard that people in Norway... Is this right? I don't know if we've got any Norwegians or Swedish, probably Swedish as well, people listening. But is this right? They've got saunas, like little wooden huts, not in part of the house, but in like completely different parts, or perhaps in the garden or something like that. They've got saunas in wooden huts. And when it snows, right, they sit in the sauna and then suddenly throw the doors open and then roll around in the snow. Is that true? They do that in Norway? They must be mad. I've never heard anything like it. I mean, I've sat in a couple of steam rooms before, but you don't sit in the steam room and then plunge yourself under cold water. Well, I know some people do. I certainly wouldn't. That's madness. It's like these people, you know, where I go for my daily swim. Although I've only been 3 times this week. I haven't had much time, to be honest. That's why. But when people go for a swim and that, some people, they go and have a sauna first. I actually don't like the sauna. It's too dry for me. I like steam rooms, quite nice. They go in the steam room or the sauna, and then they come straight out of there and throw themselves in the swimming pool. Oh, that must be awful. How cold is that? Worse in Norway, where they start rolling around in snow. Odd people, dear. Odd people. Where is the pleasure in that? Please tell me what pleasure you can get of 1 minute being boiling hot and the next minute being freezing cold again. What's all that about? I'm sorry. Let me sit at home with a cup of tea, 2 jam donuts and a packet of Walker's cheese and onion crisps any day of the week. We're not having any of that. Hello to Brian. It's our motorbiker. Motorbiking, yes. Hello, Brian. He says, hello, mate. First of all, happy birthday. Then let me tell you what comes next month. I will have 20 years on me. Yes. Brian will be 65 next month. But you're not the oldest, Brian. Joy is the oldest at 80 years old. Can anyone beat that? Is anyone older than 80 years old listening or watching this show? Let me know. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Now, I've got postal address as well, which I'm going to give you at the end of the show today in about 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes' time, OK? So get ready for that. I'll try not to forget. She says, Brian says, you know what they say, growing old is obligatory, growing up is optional. A saying I try to live by. Yeah, I think me as well, to be honest, Brian. I don't think I ever grew up. I really didn't. When I think of how mum and dad were, my uncles and aunties, how they were towards me, and how I am to my now nephews and nieces, completely different relationship. I talk to my niece and my two nephews more as friends, I would say, except the little one, who I try and teach good things to. You know, the little 11-year-old, he takes a lot of notice of what I say when I see him. But certainly the 22-year-old and the 20-year-old, I talk to them more as friends, which... I mean, don't get me wrong, my uncles and aunties were lovely to me, lovely. But there was kind of a gap there which doesn't seem to be between me and my niece and nephews. It's a different thing altogether. But I certainly don't feel I ever grew up. He says, I don't imagine that being 65 qualifies me as your oldest listener. No, it doesn't, I'm afraid. Not by far. You'll probably be pleased to hear. Joy in action is probably sitting there at this very moment hoping that there is someone older than you, but I don't think there is, Joy. I don't think there is, my dear. He says, isn't your lady friend in London into her 70s or beyond? Yes, Joy is 80. Gwen is our other slightly older listener. She's 70. Joy is 80. The other one's 70. 27, 37, 40. Yeah, 80 and 70, yeah. One thing I will warn you about, it certainly seems to be true, the older you get, the faster the years seem to whiz by. Oh, don't we know that? You haven't got to tell me that because, you know, 6 or 7 weeks ago Christmas was? January has gone. You're telling me the weeks whiz by. I think part of the problem is because I work so much. And I need to address that. I don't know how, because as I've said before, I find it very difficult, Brian, to give anything up. I take more and more on, but I don't give things up to allow myself the space to take more things on. I don't know if I don't know if I'll ever be able to address that. Certainly people, friends, colleagues, family, they say, you've got to slow down. Make time for yourself, they say. It's easier said than done. Most people are happy going to work for a few hours a day. Then that's it. They come home and do what they like. I can't do that. It's all very well saying, you know, what's right for you is not necessarily right for someone else. All very well dishing out the advice, you know, all through your own good heart. All very well dishing out advice left, right and centre, but what's right for one is not necessarily right for the other. So even though I do go through my life fighting for time, all the time, wondering whether I'm going to get through another week and manage to achieve everything that I'm supposed to achieve, even though that worries me, I still don't give anything up. To be honest, Brian, I've had a couple of occasions where I've been forced to through ill health. A couple of... it was actually both August. Last August for a week and the year before for 2 weeks, I think it was. And, you know, it makes you wonder if him upstairs has said, right, you're going to stop now, and he does something and you are forced to come to an abrupt halt. Like a train hitting the buffers. Like two cars colliding. You bang! Stop. No slow down. No going a bit slower. Just a sudden stop. And I've been forced to do that. And that is scary. That is actually scary. Brian says, don't worry about time going faster. Just get the most out of each year while you are blessed with good health. As they say, you will always regret the things you didn't do, not the things you did. And he then goes on to talk about something completely different, and I don't think we're going to have time for that. I've also got some emails here, birthday wishes from other people. Gavin, Sheila, Joe, of course. Joe, hello, Joe. Chris. Some more Facebook ones here that I've missed out. SB. Oh, look, Colette sent an There's the 2 e-cards. One from Colette and one from Ronnie Is It. That's a good name. Ronnie Is It. Is that your real name? Oh, that can't be your real name, is it? I love it. Ronnie says, never miss a show, Chris on Pennine. Hope you don't mind my mum giving me your email. Not at all, mate. You give out my email to anyone you like. It's no worries. Keep up the good work. Also, you know, the show address, unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Please pass that around as well. The more the merrier. And Colette as well, to my little treasure from DJ Sweetness and all the other DJs on Pennine Sound Radio. So thank you for those 2 lovely e-cards. I'm going to give you the address now before I run out of time. And the other emails here, I will read them. Excuse me, I'll read them on the next show, OK? Now, the postal address is Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG42 9ED, United Kingdom. All right? Once again, it's Chris Reardon, United Kingdom Talk, P.O. Box 4073, Bracknell, Bracknell, RG42 9ED, United Kingdom. And the email address, once again, is chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Time for me to go. Thank you very much, as always, for joining me. I'll see you on the next show, all right? For myself, Chris Reardon. Bye-bye now.